Yeah, we'll see how he reacts to today's practice and make that decision tomorrow. But he looked really good in practice today.
Phil, is Sam becoming a more versatile player that can go up and down your lineup and help anybody he plays with?
I think he's been doing a terrific job of whoever he's played with, trying to contribute offensively, and his wall play is really good in the defensive zone, trying to get pucks out, and he's been with Jack for the majority of the time, but we made a change last night just to provide a spark, and he he's been finding ways to contribute in and around the net, whether it's net front presence, providing his teammates the screen a goalie, or making those little plays around the net. But he's been, whenever he's been asked to, move to a different line, he's really risen to the occasion. And, last night was a good example of it, scoring a big goal for us.
How do you see him helping other young guys in the room?
I think he's doing a really good role, as a young player, trying to help the young guys, just talking on the bench mainly, after shifts, position. We're trying to read where each other is. I really liked the middle stat line with Sherry and Reinhardt last night. They were very tenacious. Hopefully they can continue that because they were really threat last night.
Ever since Sam's draft year, people talked about his hockey IQ. What does that mean to you in terms of him?
I think just the where to be at the right time and the situation, what it calls for. Even got some penalty killing time. I'd like to see him get more in that role as well. That'll give him some more minutes. And I think a lot of it has to do that he's earning more minutes now because of his play, and just with the hockey IQ, just the skill, the passing, making plays, positioning, know where to be when the puck and to arrive at the same time. So all of those little things that you don't see, but they mean a lot to the team.
You made some more changes to your lines in the third period yesterday. What was the thought process behind those moves specifically for the first two lines?
Well, I didn't really like our second period, and we tried to roll with those lines early in the third, but just trying to find a combination that was going to work for us. I thought Jack's line was really good when Skinner was placed back on that line to get him more involved. He hadn't played a lot of minutes up to that time because they were all spread around, and putting Connor Sheary down at Middlestat and Reinhardt provided us with the spark, and so that was just a game decision within the game.
When you see the difference it made having Skinner away, not playing with Jack, I mean, is it kind of eye-opening to see that you kind of want to keep those two together and move forward?
Well, I think it was just more or less trying to get him more involved in the game. We had some power plays, there were some penalty kills. So that sort of screws up the rotation of the bench, especially when Rodriguez was killing, and then you're trying to find other combinations to come out after that at that kill, and certain situations on the ice, whether it's a D zone draw or offensive zone draw. So I just felt he wasn't really involved into the game, and I thought when he was placed back with Jack, he was back to his normal self.
What's changed with Evan over maybe the past 2 or 3 weeks? He thinks he's maybe making a simple play. Is it just something as simple as that?
Yeah, I think he's just being on the right side of things. He's counted on to take defensive zone draws. I just think him going to the net more, he's been rewarded in his goal production. He's provided some offensive contribution in other areas, making plays up the ice. And I just think for him, if he just plays his own foundation, like a lot of our guys, is just being aware in his own end. I thought, he got beat back into the middle of the ice a couple times. He lost the centerman on a D-zone lost draw. So just those little detail things defensively, that's where his play stands. When he takes care of his own end, he seems to attack the game the right way through the neutral zone using his speed.
What did you think of him staying on side on that goal last night?
It was. I'm just glad he didn't pull a groin.
How encouraged were you by Jake McCabe's play last night?
I really like the way his intentions are good about attacking the game. He gets up in the play. He's making good decisions. Last game against Chicago, I thought his puck decisions weren't up to the par for where he is. But I thought last night, he's always putting his body in harm's way, blocking shots, and he does all those things you don't see on the scoreboard. But the character traits in his game. But I thought, he's always willing to get up the ice, as a lot of our D are, and he comes up and makes a big play there to find Sam on the backside. But he's contributing. Early in the season he was contributing offensively and getting points, and now he's contributing in other areas, but he still finds a way to try to get up the ice and add to the offense.
All games matter, but is there any added importance to a game against Carolina, given that you're both sort of fighting to get into the playoffs?
Well, I think the one thing is that we haven't had a lot of success against them in the last 2 or 3 years, and that's going to be a point of emphasis. But more importantly is to try to keep building something here and not going back to winning a game and then getting on the right side of things. We got to stay focused. And we talked a lot about how much we gave up last night. We just gave up too much. We're not going to have success playing that kind of big game. Taking more pride in our checking detail. And definitely Carolina, you see the score in Pittsburgh. They're playing some good hockey. So I thought we played a pretty good game in Carolina. We played and we had a lot of bad bounces, but what we have to focus on is getting back to our identity.
Thanks,
Thank you.